Hello and welcome to the Outlives Minicast E3 press coverage. This time we're
Hey.
talking about EA, and I am joined by Johan,
Whoop whoop.
uh, James,
Hello.
and of course Ross.
FIFA.
No, okay, right, okay. We haven't got much time to cover this one, but let's talk about the games that are actually worth talking about. So let's start off with Mass Effect. Andromeda. No, I was going to say Armageddon, but no, that's a movie directed by Michael Bay, and you should all go and watch it because it's great and you don't want to miss a thing. Subtle. Anyway, back on topic, Mass Effect, Andromeda. We got a nice little tease. Looks pretty good. Coming 2016. I think we're going to see more at Gamescom, but I'm excited. I don't even care. I don't even need to see gameplay to be excited for Mass Effect.
Yeah, I agreed. Even just the words Mass Effect get me wet. So I really cannot actually wait for this, and the teaser was quite delightful.
Anyone else? Anyone else got any impressions of it?
I think. You go ahead.
I'm just gutted that there wasn't more to show. I was really hyped up for it, and yes, it was good, but I just wanted more.
I don't think they could have shown it because they were trying to focus on Battlefront, which is out this year. Like, to have blown, like, you know what I mean? They can't really just be like, oh, look, here's a better game that's coming out, because we all know Battlefront's not going to be better than Mass Effect. So they don't want to damage their own hype train, because Battlefront's taken a lot of hits. Especially, actually, speaking of that, we'll move on to Battlefront, which they closed out the show with. What did everyone think? Jamie? James? Same thing.
You know, there was a massive hype up there. Everybody wanted to see gameplay footage, and I enjoyed it. What I saw of it, I enjoyed it. But my only criticism is I think with the limited maps that they've announced, that it could get boring too quick. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I feel that myself actually. Like, I enjoyed watching the gameplay, but I felt as if I'd watched it before. It wasn't the first time I'd seen that trailer or seen the gameplay. I don't know why. It looked very pretty. It was fun to watch, but I've not left it with any better opinion of the game, if that makes sense.
No, but what I'm also worried about is you're going to get what you call it, like a respawn point.
Yeah.
And I just imagine spending minutes walking across trying to find, an AT-AT walker to get taken out by him, and then spending minutes again after another respawn. I'm concerned that's going to be a big thing in it.
Squad respawns though. So is it not got squad respawns like normal Battlefield?
It should do.
Yeah. So you can respawn with someone else in your squad if it using the general sort of Battlefield rules, if that makes sense. But if they don't do that, then that would be an issue. You're right there, Johan.
Yeah, I think it looked really good, but like the map, it felt like it was pretty small. It was like flying back and forth. I don't know if that's because early development.
No, I think that's the map.
something else.
I think that's the map. That's it.
Because I don't think it felt a bit weird. I mean, he didn't really have any time to shoot the guys before you have to like turn around again.
Shame they could make it like a planet, like you could just keep on driving around it. You know that well, if you flow in a straight line, you just get to going round and round and round. But yeah.
So yeah,
But I
that's
mean-
Battlefront. We're all hype. Yeah, no, we're not. I didn't really care. I mean, it was cool watching it. Like, it looked different. Like, the one thing I do love about this game is their explosions are like movie explosions. You know what I mean? And they're not real, but they look cinematic, and it looks so cool. Like, it does have the Star Wars aesthetic. I just don't feel like it's anything special.
Yes.
Apart from when they had that really cool fake out where he's just looking at his guy and his teammate gets force choked, and then you're like Darth Vader, and then it's like looks at him, his lightsaber comes out, and they cut away, and you're like, oh, is that the end? And it's like, oh no, Luke's here, and it's like, nice. That was good. That was good.
That was
Whoever,
good, yeah.
whoever
Nice
came up with that was like, yeah, nice. That's how you do it. So yeah, that was Star Wars Battlefront. Next up, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which is a prequel. Actually, is it a prequel? It's just she just said it was Faith's origin
It's a
story. She did
prequel.
say it was a prequel.
It's a prequel though, isn't it? It's always been announced as a prequel.
Okay, then it's definitely a prequel. I just
Yeah.
thought it was just an origin story.
Yeah.
But it's an open world, no loading screens. It's a free running game, obviously. So it's Mirror's Edge. Yeah, Johan, you got something to say?
Yeah, what I've heard is that it's kind of a reimagining actually of the first game, so that it's not really a prequel. But I'm not sure.
All right.
But I think it looked cool. It
Looks
was
very cool.
very cool, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. They didn't really show much combat, but like a lot of running But I felt like during the press conference they said like a lot of obvious things. They should have used, such as like there's freedom in a free running game, and like
Fair enough.
stuff like that.
This is Faith. She's a girl.
Whoa, guys! Female protagonist 2015. What? What about you, James? What do you think of it?
I'm looking forward to it. I didn't play much of the first one, but it's been a good sort of build-up, I think, for this. Again, like Johan said, I think they could have concentrated more on the hand-to-hand combat stuff, and give us a next-gen feel on that.
Right, cool. Adam sent me a message and I got sidetracked by reading it. Ross, anything else to add on that?
I love Mirror's Edge. I've played through it 3 times, and I simply cannot wait for the game. It is what I expected it to be from a next generation or current generation, whatever you want to say, Mirror's Edge game from what I've seen of it. Other than sort of Gears of War, this would probably be my number 2 excited moment, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Yes.
I totally marked out, like, when I seen Faith, it just, for me, it is an escapism thing. I think the world that they build in that game is beautiful.
The world's fantastic.
Yeah, if it is the sort of free roaming that you can go anywhere, I can just imagine the implications for people doing time trials online, which a lot of people did. I think that universe has got a lot more that you can do with it, and I think it'll have years of games to do that with. And if they get the mechanics right, like they did the first time, so that it doesn't become stale free running, then yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely huge. It also comes out the day before my birthday, so I've already told my wife what I want.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I had a release date. I was so happy about that. February 23rd, 2016.
Yeah.
Nice, that's good.
Do you know it came out in that this year?
Pardon?
Evolve came out that date this year, didn't it? Well, running about that time.
So obviously Mirror's Edge is aiming for a early release to get the same success. Good. No, that's good. That's good. I like that. I hope it's successful because the first one wasn't that successful, but I think it's got that. I think it's got the cult fandom where it can be successful at this point. Next up is a really cool indie game, and probably one of my the most interesting things we've seen off E3 so far. And it was Unravel. Sorry. It was great. I loved it.
Can I just say that you've done a great job presenting that at E3 and been joining us on the podcast? You were really, really good at presenting it.
What?
Was it not you that was presenting that?
Oh, right.
Sounded like it.
Yeah, who said it
sounded
sounded
like
me? Yeah.
And I think you have a little cuddly toy as well.
I do want one though.
I
That's
want one of them as well, actually.
Pre-order this hour.
Oh god, no, don't go there. I could see it being a thing as well. Like, here's the special. I think it'll be a digital game, to be honest. I don't see it being a retail release.
It's toys to life. Whatever you put on, whatever animal made of string you put on, it comes on the screen.
But no, that is a good point. We should give props to the guy who came out and presented it. He was obviously nervous, but he got through it. He powered through it. He did a good job, and the game looks brilliant, and I hope it's successful. Johan, any thoughts?
I mean, it felt weird. I think, is this like the first EA artsy-fartsy game?
They've tried it in the past, haven't they?
Pretty much, to be fair.
I can't think of any. That says quite a lot. Yeah.
So Brutal Legends artsy-fartsy, right?
Yeah,
No?
you consider that, but more
Indie.
children's game, like, as in they went with the whole Rayman being a brand thing and try.
Good point.
Rayman's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
It's Ubisoft.
But he is copying off Ubisoft, right? That's what you get. So you're talking shit, right? Talking shit gets shot. Pardon me. Right, so finally wrapping up our EA coverage is Need for Speed, and now this was something special. This was really cool. I'm really excited for it now.
Yeah.
It's coming out November 3rd, so we are all screwed because November is just going to be, I'm going to enter your wallet, do nasty things to it, and leave you.
Luckily, my birthday is 28th of November, so I'm getting everything for birthday.
Oh, look at Johan. The joys of being youthful.
Youthful.
Youthful. I don't even know, man. I don't even know where this is going.
James and I are sitting here going like that, the joys of the difference between age and review, and I think James and I are a bit slightly bit older than used to.
Yeah.
Age before beauty, bitches. Wait, what? No, I've complimented Johan doing that. Never mind. But yeah, no, the speed looks great. Like it looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yes, that one. And I really like the customization and the drifting. I'm really on board with it. Anyone else? Like I know Kev's really excited for it. Kev was like, "This is the Need for Speed game that I want." You're not excited, Johan?
I love the customization. It looks really good. If you compare it to like, it kind of looks like a mixture of like Hot Pursuit and Underground, and I'm really excited.
Right. Cool. What about you, James?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Rivals when that came out. I was more of an Underground Need for Speed guy, but seeing the graphics and the camera angles when you drift around corners, like,
that was so cool. That was super cinematic. It was great.
Even the graphics on top, when you mentioned, real life, you're going to be caught. Yeah, it looked outstanding. I think that'll be a day one for me, definitely.
If it won in November, I'd say the same. And Ross?
Yeah, like I'm not a Need for Speed fan ever. I never played Underground and things like that. Well, I did have a small shot of it, but like I've not really been into the Need for Speed series. But I tell you that there was a moment, I think we were all, or a few of us were sitting in the Duck Hunters chat room that's set up for E3. I think it was Danny that pointed out the way when they came round the corner and started the race.
Just straight into it. Yeah,
straight into the race. That was brilliant, and it looked amazing. As James said, the graphics and everything else, especially when's it due to launch? Have they stated?
November 3rd.
November 3rd. It just looked great. I don't know until I get my hands on and try the driving mechanic. And luckily with EA Access, I will be able to try it before I buy it. That way. So until I get my hands on and try it, I won't know. But the look of that demo has actually got me interested, which 100% was not before it.
Right. Well, that's exciting because, that's it. That's all we got to talk about, really, because everything else was pretty terrible. I mean, Pele, do you want to quickly mention Pele?
Yeah, he's a legend, and thank you for coming on and entertaining us. The whole conference has just been Pele speaking.
Yeah, to be fair, it saved it from being just sports, which is a good thing.
Yeah, top respect to the bloke.
Yeah. Basketball, pick and roll, we all know about that. Madden.
No, we're not talking about. Ross, stop it. We're not going down this out. Just final words of advice to EA. Next time you do a press conference, don't fucking talk about mobile games, you idiots.
Especially not the mobile minion.
Added a short film in the middle of everything. Yeah. I mean, at least we didn't see the game.
Good. Right, anyway, that wraps us up. So, thanks for joining me, Johan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining, James.
Thank you very much.
Ross?
Bye.
Alright.
No sarcastic comment.
No, cool. Sorry it was a short one, but EA didn't give us much to talk about, unfortunately, and we don't have time because Ubisoft's up next, and Dave is back to join me and Ross and possibly Kev if he decides to get his ass out of his bed or something. Right, thank you all, and see you next time.
FIFA!
Bye.